Hey, good morning, Liberty. Happy Friday. We're made it to Friday. It's going to be a great day. Some things that we want to celebrate today. We have a few things that happened. Last night, I saw so many of you over at the celebration for our Hispanic heritage. Thank you for going, and it was awesome to see you there. And we got to see some singers and some dancers. It was awesome. It was just a great experience, and the food was great too. So keep that in mind. These will be events that will come out, and the district is helping with those and helping us celebrate the members of our community, our Hispanic members. So we're grateful for that. It was an awesome experience. Thank you for those that were there, and it was awesome to see you there and to say hi. Um, I want to thank and give a shout out to Mrs. Renfro's class. Okay, Mrs. Renfro's class. They sent me a message this morning that was so cool. It really, really helped me and lifted me for the day. So thank you, Mrs. Renfro's class. I loved the letter, and I'm grateful for that. So thank you. That lifted me today. The other things that we got some celebrations for is we've got some people that were able to guess what lake I was at. And so we'll share that. But before I do that, I want to give you a little riddle that Mr. Matt gave to us. And here's the riddle. Be thinking about this, and I'll give the answer to the lake later in the last part of this message. But the riddle he gave is, sometimes I feel crabby, and then I'll eat an apple and I'll feel better. So let's think about that, and maybe you can think of the lake as we're working our way through this. But we did have some classes that got it right, so we want to celebrate those classes. We had some guesses too. I have Baker Lake from Mrs. Racer's class. I've got Kayak Point from Ramon. I've got Aiden that was guessing Twin Lakes, which isn't a bad guess. These are all lakes or places that I fished, so that's really cool. And Lake Goodwin, that was probably the closest. It was right there, very close to it. Okay, and our ones that got it right, those that got it right, we have Mrs. Stutt's class. That was a good guess. You've got it right. And we've got Mrs. Russ' class, also got it right. So that's awesome. Mrs. Ryerson's class guessed Lake Kai, which was a really good one because they were thinking kayaks, Kai. Not a bad guess, but that was a little bit off. But then Mrs. Johnson's class, our fifth grade class, got it right. So what an amazing job by those classes. I'm very impressed with them, and they got it right. Other things that we get to celebrate today. We will be handing out our Eagle tickets, doing our drawing, so you can get your prizes today during lunch. Mr. Roskowski will have those there and be able to. We'll find out who our winners are. Once we find out who the winners are, later in the day, he'll call you down to the TAC and give you a chance to choose your prize. So that'll be just before you leave. Let's remember be safe, responsible, and respectful as we're going through the halls to get those prizes so you can get them home and be able to enjoy them there. So that's happening today. Other things that are coming up. Next week, I'm wearing it today, but just because I wanted to, we have what's going to be called Orange Shirt Day. So that's coming up down the road, and that will be happening next week. And something to think about as we have that, we have Mrs. Z, who's our Native American liaison, who will be visiting us next week. So you have an opportunity to meet her. Those that are with our tribes, if you like to have lunch with her, she'll be here for lunch and she'll be able to take you to a space so that you can have some lunch with her. In addition to that, she'll be here a little early. So, teachers, if you're thinking, hey, I have some students I'd like to connect with her, you can definitely do that. And she'll be available at 11 o'clock. Just shoot her an email and she'll be able to get that to you. And if you don't have her email, send me one and I'll make sure that she knows that you have some students that would like to meet with her before lunch. And she'll have some time for that too. Um, and that's it when it comes to those. Guys, I'm excited about today. Let's make sure that we're safe, respectful, and responsible. Something to think about. Let's get back to the riddle. And the answer to the riddle, remember what the riddle was. I was so crabby, but then I ate an apple and I felt better. And so the real answer, the lake I was at, was Lake Crabapple. One of my favorite lakes to go to. Have never gone there and not caught a fish. I love going there, and that's when I like to fish in my kayak. I'll actually fish that one in my kayak, and it's a lot of fun. So there's our answer to our riddle, guys. Make sure that you have a great day, and be thinking about that Orange Shirt Day that's coming up next week, and we'll explain a little bit about. But we're celebrating our Native American cultures, and we're also thinking about and remembering the tragedy that some went through as they went to boarding schools, where they were forced to lose that culture and were separated from their parents. So that's something to think about. We'll be discussing that a little bit next week. But make sure you have an awesome weekend and let's make Friday today a great day. Thank you so much. And let's get ready for the flag salute.